Yeah, okay, so seems everybody onboarded, so let's start. Anyway, we will switch on, as usual, recording of this meeting to be able to share with you the record after. So thank you for your time. My name is Leo. I am one of the founders of the UAE restaurant community and ICAPO system in Dubai as well. And my past experience and current experience also, I am owner of several restaurants. And firstly, I am from restaurants, so IT business is my second part. And when I opened my first restaurant, we don't have with my partner any free money to hire food cost controllers. So I first 3 years in my restaurant, I calculated all about food costs by my own hands. And out of this, by the way, it was very effective. You know, when you are owner and food cost controller in one time, it's quite effective because you can make some decisions, try to reduce some cost, and any saved dirham in this case, it's your profit, it's your real profit which you can touch. So and that's by the way really effective. And out of this my experience, we built some course for food cost control and some technology and methodology of how to do this food cost control in a more proper way. And you know, we are working in 30 countries, and in most of our markets, food cost control is quite common thing for restaurants. So for example, in Russia or in Poland, every restaurant calculates food cost via recipes, and it's quite common. So when we appeared in the Dubai, we were quite surprised because right now in Dubai, maybe half of our customers only have any recipes in restaurants. And we decided to, then we discussed, you know, this purchasing things with Nadir, this discounts issue with aggregators, and noticed that people sometimes don't understand real food cost and they don't understand which discount they can provide to customers and remain profitable at the same time. And the idea came to do several webinars about this topic to put some lights on it. And in next webinars, we will cover finance accounting in restaurants and my special technology about how to control metrics of the restaurants every day to control everything. So today we will start with food cost control. And Julia will share with you some ideas how exactly usually we do this in different types of restaurants, what kind of methodologies we have for food cost control, how to launch it, how to roll out it, and how to control it. And at the end of today's webinar, also we will provide you my free email course about how to run food cost control in restaurants. This course consists of 20 lessons. So you, as I see, most people are owners here. So your target for today's webinar is just to catch helicopter view about this process and what you can get as owner from this process. After that, we strongly advise to delegate and to set tasks for your people to roll out this process in your restaurant. And my course will help. So you can provide your course to your people. They will be educated and they will be able to run this process in restaurant by using our methodology. So I think that's it as an intro. By the way, yes, let's summarize also polling results. So as we see, do you have detailed recipes in your restaurants? Most of people, they have. Do you calculate food costs at last weekly? So half of people, yes, half of people, no. So yes, as we know. And do you think you can save real money if you pay more attention to food cost control? And 100% people sure that yes. And I'm totally agree, because proper food cost control process can save 10% of your purchasing expenses. So that's really true. And I think today you will get some tools how to do it exactly. So that's it for introduction. So Ahmed, please, your turn to speak.
Hello, everyone. We're really happy that all of you has attended our meeting and our webinar. And we really welcome you as well. And I would like to introduce my colleague, Julia. She's really expertise in this field, and she will show us really how to control the food cost and the inventory itself. Julia?
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ahmed. Okay, As you know already, my name is Julia, and I'm really very excited about the topic. I have been working for the restaurants almost 10 years, and I know on my own that it's really very important to control costs, and it's a huge part of the restaurants. Okay, I will show you a presentation. One second. I hope everyone see it. And Ahmed, if there will be questions, can you just say to me so I can answer them? Okay. So first of all, I'm going to talk about some general points in the inventory management, and also take a point of the common mistakes that everyone, I think almost everyone have in the inventory control. Inventory control, it is the goods follow accounting in the restaurant, and the main goal is affect cost, of course, and increase margin. Yes, so to speak in one language, I just want to remind you some basics descriptions. I'm sure that everyone knows the meanings, but I just need to be sure. Okay, first, cost, it's amount that we have to pay or spend to buy goods, and markup, it's the amount added to the cost price of goods to cover or to have overhead and to have profit. Revenue, all we know that it's the actual amount received from sales, and food cost, it's a percentage of cost to the revenue and revenue. And the last one, it's gross profit, profit received from the sales of the dish minus the cost, okay? So how it works, how the inventory works in my mind. Manager creates visual reports. The cost manager creates the visual reports, give it to the manager or to the owner of the restaurants. And he, according to these reports, create a simple solution. That's why we all have profit. For example, here we can see a ABC analysis of items. I will show it later more detailed, but in this report, we can see that almost 25% of our menu goes to the group CCC. That means we have the smallest revenue, the lowest profit, and not really very good sales on this part of the menu. So we need to do something with this part, and it's our illness products. We need to remove it from our menu, or change cost, or maybe to make the price higher, and so on. In this way, after we make some simple solutions, we can check if it works. So here we can see a graph. It goes from ICA, and we can see here that our pizza, I think it's some Italian restaurant, have the biggest gross profit. So it's the part we're working on, and trying to create all loyalty programs according to this part of our menu. Okay, the four main numbers we have in accounting as usual. It's a revenue, food cost, stocks. It's how many products we have in money in our warehouse, and goods days. It's how many days we will work if we do not buy any products anymore. So, but when you're using your inventory management properly, you will have more numbers, and you need more numbers. Maybe reloading for kitchen and for bar, maybe stocks of, not only stocks of goods, but also stocks of semi-finished products, and how many days you will work with these semi-finished products. About what means semi-finished products, maybe later. Okay, so we have different types of inventory control. And one of them, it's a general accounting. There are two types of general accounting. It's when invoices are not important. Just all that we pay to our suppliers, it's our cost. it's good for catering and all. Also, there is a type of general control when we enter revals for each item, so create incoming invoice. But, and once a month we do an inventory, so the shortage and the lack of inventory, it's our food cost. But it's really very good only for the temporary project. I don't know if it's popular, the project that are working only 1 or 2 months in the year. So the plus for this type of accounting is that it's really very simple. It's easy to count the food cost. But the minus that we do not visibly understand what it consists of. That's why full accounting is suitable for the rest. Okay, it has 4 main steps. First of all, it's a revenue books. So it's our item list. The second is inventory movement, and the third it's inventory cancellation once a month or once in the month maybe. And the last but not the least, and in my opinion the most important, it's analysis. So let's go through all these steps just on the main points. And first step, it's a creating of the reference books. Usually it's a product, semi-finished items, the same than dishes. Modifiers, it's just make the work on the POS easier for the waitresses and waiters, and the serves. So we're first of all talk about the products. So I hope all understand that it's a food stuff like flour, sugar, potatoes, and so on. We usually use it for the recipe of items, modifiers, and semi-finished products. And also we can purchase it, sold it as it is, like chocolate bar or Coca-Cola and so on. So we create all our products in our own name. And the most common mistakes when we create and when we analyze the products, it's extra positions. So we have some positions in our product that we are not using anymore, that are not necessary anymore. The second one, it's wrong packing units and also wrong measure units. When we use kilograms for milk, maybe we use liters instead of pieces and so on. And leads that we have wrong recipes in the end, and it can be really very effective to the result. So the next think about the products when we use the program, maybe ICA on full. We also can use such thing. We are must able to use such thing like set up work with the weight. So we can integrate the weights and the POS, and so it can help us to create inventory, to create the documents in the system and so on. We also use the packing units. It's, you know, like to help us to create incoming invoice easier. Use barcodes. It makes the inventory process like really very good. The first and one more, it's account calories. And Ahmed, is it true? It's really very important that in the next year you're going to have a law that obliges you to put the calories in the menu. It's true?
Exactly, yes. And it was really under processing that each restaurant has to mention the calorie of each item. And also, I would like to ask all the attendant that everything is clear. I would love to have your questions, please. And if there is something not clear, just come on. We are here for you. I also gave a proper portion cost per dish. Yes, dear.
Yes.
It's a really good question. Okay. All is clear. Go ahead.
Go. It's really good. Okay. So about calories. In the system, you just put the calories for each product And after that, the system will calculate the calories automatically and put it in the report and also to the menu. Because in some countries, it's already necessary by the law to put the calories in the menu, and it's quite easy to do, but you must do it on the type in the beginning when you create the position. And of course, avoid extra position. That there are some questions, Ahmed. You'll answer them.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
We have some question from our lovely people. So first the question, I would like to mention that it was from Mr. Sukej. He's asking if it also gives a proper portion cost per dish. This is really important. We need to explain it. Second question
yes,
is,
of course, of course. We will talk about dishes a little bit later, and I will show you that you can see the cost per dish. It's important, of course, and moreover, and that is more important that you can see a change of the cost per period. Okay.
great. One more question, which is how to use barcode for small items. It will be time consuming. Actually, this question is not clear, Mr. Ayush. If it's possible, could you please give us a clear question, and we will definitely answer you. Okay, go ahead, Julia.
Okay, just a second. Turn off for this. Okay, the second item we're going to talk about, it's a semi-finished items. So it's a prepared companies and pre-prepared foodstuff or semi-finished products consist of ingredients and used for cooking. So it can be something like sauce, dough, maybe peeled potato, something like this. It's usually help us to create a recipe of dish more easier, because it's clear that sometimes we use sauce for different types of dish. But also semi-finished items help. I already said that it helps us with the recipe of creating recipe, but there are also such thing that a write-off method. It helps you to create a new process. What mean new process? So there's two types of write-off method. First of all, it's a finished dish and by the ingredients. I need to mention that ICA, the system we're talking about, I usually use the system ICA, it's make online write-off. So when you sell something in the POS, in that moment in the stock, I see that some products leave my stock. Yes, it's write-off from the stock. When write-off is by ingredients, it go immediately. But when write-off is the finished dish, my staff, my chef, need to fix the moment that he prepared the dish. Okay, for what we do this? So I need to put the system that we prepared some semi-finished products. I think it's clear. We do this to have a new process, and the program will advise you how too much to cook, how many semi-finished products you need to prepare for the day. So I avoid extra semi-finished products in our stock. And also we can create a label with the expiration date and also with a barcode when we want to transfer it somewhere, maybe, or we want to control our semi-finished products. In this way, when we use this, we can control not only goods, days and stock of goods in our warehouse, but also stock of semi-finished products. Okay, I will try to show you how it works for the second. Now it will be very strange. Sorry. Ahmed, can I use your demo just to show guys how it will work with semi-finished products?
Sure,
And
sure. Why not?
Okay.
Also, there is some questions. There is some questions we would like to. So, can we print label with expiry date based item master production date? It's really important question, Julia.
Yes, we can. We can put the label on the semi-finished products with the day of expansion, the person who prepared this dish, the consistency, so what is going inside, and also barcode. Yes, and the day of preparation also.
So it is possible, and we can manage.
It's possible we can manage this. It's just but you need some stuff. You need a special thing that print these barcodes. You need a weights and 1 second. You need an ICA, yes, because this works on in ICA system. And after that, it's just a common thing for ICA.
Okay, type. There is one more question. How many days of stock we should keep in our inventory? Is it for 7 days or 14 days? What is the industry standard? And what is the industry best practice?
To be honest, it's really very difficult question because first of all, we need to understand where is your restaurant, how many people you have per day, how many bills or recipes you have per day, how many big menu you have, and so on. In general, it's something like from 7 to 10 days. And also one important thing, about what goods we're talking about. Yes, there's some situations, maybe for me, I will talk about my country, in the middle of Russia, it's in the middle, so it's really very far from another countries. And they need to have a really very, very big stock per day because it's really very difficult for them to get a new product. But when we are talking about the country that are near the sea, or maybe near the suppliers, it's not necessary for you to have a big stock balance.
So it's based on the location, based on the number
based
of
on the location, customers, menu, of course, and about high level, and also about.
Let me hold my points also. So we prefer to have 8 days stock in our restaurants. And by the way, Julia has the slide where we achieved so, because some years ago we had something like 30 days on stock, but then we decided to decrease it, and we were successful on this. Right now we have 8 days in stock. So, and it's, by the way, quite average quantity for the market. So yes, I think for Dubai, 8-7 days, it's quite okay. For sure, it's not considering the alcohol, because alcohol is no expiry dates, and sometimes we need to have more stock regarding alcohol. But for food, it's 7 days.
And also parking for fast food. Yes.
Okay.
Boxes for fast food. Also.
One more question. Also, we have received that what is the percentage should be cost of selling price?
What the person should be cost? What the good cost?
What is the percent? Yes. What is the cost price should be from the selling price?
300%. Average in Dubai, 25 right now.
25, okay. Yes, cool. Yeah. Okay, from 25 to 30%, it's okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
What do you suggest to keep a close eye on for a restaurant in the start? This is really important question. Sorry. What do you suggest to keep a close eye on for a restaurant in a startup phase? It's really important, really.
So to be honest, I don't think that you need to close eyes in any moment. It's not useful. And you know, when you're on the startup, it's a really good idea to invite some managers from inside, maybe from outsourcing. Yes, and the people who will start with you make the process and just give it to you in the end. Yes, someone to help you, because if you lose the main points in the startup, it will take you a lot of time to get it in the middle somewhere. Okay, so it's all better to start to control inventory properly from the beginning. And if there's some problems, it's better to have a special person or a special company. Maybe it's really very popular to have outsourcing for a part-time, not for the whole life, but for the beginning, for the startup. Yes. Okay, I will talk about the wastage. There's some questions, but Ahmed, can you please now show the screen with the ICA font, so I can show the guys how to control the preparation of semi-finished products on the POS and how to work.
Okay, it's on now.
So it's POS of ICA, and here. So beautiful. It's the place where waitresses and where managers work. But the thing I want to show you now, we go to the main menu and we go to the documents. So we put the screen for the chef in the kitchen. It's look like this. He just put the new document, put the cooking record, and from kitchen to kitchen maybe, and then create the document. In this way, he just put on the weights the semi-finished product that are prepared and set the quantity. After that, he put that he wants to 1, 2, 3, yes. He can print the barcode label from here with all necessary information. It can be changed if you want, and after then send it to the server. And in our back system, so in the administration system, we will see already created documents and fixed that the semi-finished products are prepared. Okay.
Okay.
I'll show. Can I show the main presentation back?
Yes. Sorry. Take it down.
Yes. Okay, the next thing we are going to talk about is items. In ICA, and we also use items, it's something like dishes. So it's what we sell to our guests, and also it's like a Caesar salad and so on. Yes, something we serve to our guests. It's to the items we put a recipe. Also for items we calculate the natural values, and if you remember, if you put the natural values to the product in items, it will be calculated automatically, just nothing to do. We can also use barcodes for them and change write-off method. And modifiers, it's something that help us to set up the work with the menu in the POS suitable. So it can be with or without recipe, it can be required or not, free or not, with or without a price. And Ahmed, please show the guys how it looks in the POS. Just them understand what modifiers is and why it's important, because it helps us not only make the work suitable and comfortable, it also helps us to make extra sales. Yes, we can change.
Okay, actually for the modifier, we can have one group of we can attach one group of modifier or multiple group of modifiers. Also, it can be based on the size of item. So let's say I have hot chocolate, it's medium, it's with full fat milk, and for example, shot of espresso. So once we set up like that, and we attach a recipe for the those buyers, it will give us the correct cost price, and it will control also the stock. Julia, your turn.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
I need my presentation. Okay, the most common mistakes on this step, not this one, it's the lack of recipe where it is needed. It's a big problem. Okay, so in conclusion, for step one only, the current create reference books, it's accounting basis. It's really very important because it's a basis. But go to the step two, we're going to the moving documents in the system, invoice, some subtypes of records, and inventory. Okay, invoices, it's incoming. We put the goods in the stock, returnable, write off goods for the stock back to the supplier when it's not necessary or not good. Expenditure, it's write off goods for another supplier maybe, or another contractor. Okay, the most common mistakes in creating invoice, it's coming around goods, not we really use, and the quantity errors. It's like really big mistakes, and they always happen. There's no way to avoid them. But if you use the digital system of documents, maybe, for example, it's ICA front, the system where we first, Ahmed, please turn off the micro. Okay, first we create an order to our supplier and send him the order by email. And the system also, if you control your stock, can offer you suggest you how many goods you need to work good. So we put the quantity we need, send it to our supplier, and he get it by letting his email. After that, you just accept or not accept the product you get, and after that, the system automatically creates invoice. In this way, we avoid this, can I say it, stupid mistakes with quantity errors and the wrong goods. Okay, so there is this is in the system of ICA, like ICA Web, and also there's some programs like Docs and Box, and that can helps us to digitalize the incoming invoice from the supplier, from the vendor. We can do it from the telephone also. Yes, in this screen you can see how somebody creates the order from the telephone and how he accepts an invoice also by telephone. It's really very useful when you can see what you need to accept and the product itself. Okay, another documents, not only invoice, we need to create in the system to control our inventory. It's some of them do not affect total balance. Some affect the total balance, like write-off records or sales records. There are also cooking records that we are talking already, and internal transfers and so on. So the most common mistakes in documents is not created when they should be created. And the second one, when it lost to the way to the manager somewhere. And the third one, for me, it's a really big problem. The documents is created, but there's no way to spell out what is written because of, I don't know, it's not returnable, if you can say so. Okay, in this way, to avoid these mistakes, you can use ICO Kitchen, the system that I already show you. when we create the documents on the day, yes, that it needed, by the POS, in the POS. So we do not create these papers, a lot of papers with written numbers, but we put it on the system directly for the chef. It helps a lot to avoid these mistakes. Okay. So in the summary of step 2, the mistakes in the inventory movement is the most difficult to catch. If there is mistakes in recipe, it's quite easy to find out what is going on. But with the inventory movement, it's really very difficult and that's why it's really very important to avoid them. And introduction of documents to the day, it is the basis of the accounting solid reputation. If you put the documents day to day, okay? One more, it's in this step, it's inventories. You tried already? Maybe some questions, but I have to say it. Okay, inventories for all time items in the stock, for the group of goods, only for some, handmade inventories, I don't talk about this, automatic one, and plural for write-off, maybe for some cleaning stuff in the restaurant and so on. Okay, all the first two one, full for all items on the stock and for group of the goods, usually works like this. We create a form, give it to our chef, chef put the numbers there and give it back to the manager, and he manually put it on the system. There can be several mistakes as in the documents. So it can be, you cannot no way to spell out what is written. We can lose the documents on the way to the manager and so on. That's why it's really very important. Yes, 1 minute and I will answer the questions. So it's really very important to use optimization in this step. So the best one is to use ICO web system. When you just send a link to the manager, he opens the link and see what he needs to count and just put amount of the products and send it to the system. Okay, let's answer the questions.
Yes, there is some questions. First one is how to track the food wastage in the restaurant and how to control the food waste.
Okay, how to track? Can I show you? Just open ICO front for me. Demonstrate the ICO front, please, so I can show how it works. Okay. The first step, you need to create a document that will show that how many wastage you have per day. So you need to create a document named wastage or write-off from kitchen, from main stock, from bar, from everywhere. And it's really very important to put it every day to see the dynamic, to understand what is going on and to be sure that nothing is lost on the way to the manager. So every day, it's normal, almost normal, when it is 1 or 2% to the revenue. It's okay. But also it's very important to control wastage when you change a supplier or when you change a seasons. It's also very important. So you create it day after day, and after that in the system, in ICA maybe, you create a report. It is not here, it is in the back office, where you can see the dynamic and the percent to the revenue. Okay?
Okay.
Is it okay? I answered the question or not?
We will see now, we will get feedback. Mr. Lokesh, is it enough? Also, we have 2 more questions. First one, can we send the LPO via WhatsApp? I think, no.
In the WhatsApp?
Yeah.
What can send?
LPO to the supplier.
Yes, not in the WhatsApp, by email only. but I think the guys are working on that. It will be sent on Telegram, but now it's working only with the mail.
Okay. Can we set MOQ or recorder points? Actually, it's not clear. So maybe we need a clear from Mr. Ma'moon. Reorder. Can we reorder? I think yes. If previous orders, so we can reorder it.
Reorder it, so use the previous order or what?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, of course. It's the similar. Just the system will put the same number that you ordered there before.
Yeah, and also it can be working, yes, on the minimum and the maximum points. So we can set the minimum and the maximum, and based on those, it can be, yeah. Yes, dear. Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. Okay, inventory and how important to digitalize this part of inventory and do not use the old forms and so on. And now step 3, and it is fix the result. In this step, we need to find the reason of supplies and shortage and provide the final cost report. So there is several reasons of surplus and shortage. To be exactly, there are only 3 of them. Wrong documents, wrong created documents, errors in recipes, and the theft. Okay, the reputation of the accounting process is very important so that the result can be trusted. And only after we trusted the result, we can take some understanding of what is going on the system, if it theft or not. Okay, but there are some advices how to check inventory means. Okay, first of all, we check each position from large to lower orders of shortage and supplies. First, we check resettlement of goods, so it can be beef neck instead of beef filter used. It's solved systematically just by special records in the system. Check inventory movement in the stock. The most popular oranges in the kitchen are in the minus by the shortage, but there are plus of oranges in the bar. So there is no internal transfer. We just lose it somewhere. So it's solved systematically by the system or programs. Verify the correct invoice. Made a mistake in an invoice with quantity and so on. It's solved also systematic. The second one, check that we have all write-off records and fixed. So meat shortage can be because we've forgotten to write off the wastage. It's quite simple. And the last one, check the recipes. Yes, the plus and paprika maybe. It's according to the recipe. It is not there in the salad, but we really use it. Okay. Recognize the problem. So there's a grading scale. It's normal that from 0 to 5, it's acceptable. Okay, where percentage to the revenue in pieces. So from 0 to 5%, it's okay. From 6 to from 6 to 10, it requires attention. From 10 and above, it's our surplus and shortage. We should work with this. If we loss of goods without sales or loss without sales, it's not really very good. It says that there's some problems with thefts, I think. Okay. In the end, after we put the inventory in the system, we have a cost report. Here we can see a P&L report from MICA, and we can it's not really good because it's literal numbers, but I think you can see that there is a revenue percent, and we can see what is cost consist of. Yes, there's internal transfer, there's inventory shortage and supplies, the food consumption, inventories, and so on. And we see all these numbers in the percent to the revenue. Okay, in this report, report can show me my product opening balance and inventory closing balance. And also I can see a theoretic cost net. It's without wastage, without taxes and so on. The actual cost net, that's we have in real with all this stuff. And one important moment you can see in the down in this report, there is a dynamic day-to-day, and it's really very important to see the number not only like it's mean nothing, but also in dynamic. It's important. Okay, it's a sales report. Someone asked us about to see the cost of each dish. In this report, in the sale report, we can see the cost of each dish and also a food cost of each dish for all the period witches. Okay, the summary of step 3. When we finished, we need to log the period. It's really very important. We need to create a final report and log this period. Do not hide the errors by backdating the documents. These really great problems all over the world. To change the documents to see the better numbers. It's not really very good. And do not spend more than 3 hours on inventory process. It can be if you use optimization, if you use barcodes, and if you use weights for inventory. Okay, step 4. Is there some questions? Maybe before we go to the step 4? No?
Until now, no. Any question, our lovely group?
Okay, if not, we'll go. It's, I get out of timing, I think that's so. Again, step 4, it's analysis, one of the most important types. What we need to do, it's just my opinion, what we can do. First, it's purchase price analysis, the dynamic, and ABC product analysis. I know that you called it menu engineering report or something like this, yes? And ABC analysis, engineering menu report, and the also analysis sales report. A report of changing of the cost of each dish, and in the end we need to create explanatory notes, metrics, and to-do list, some whole report in the end. Okay, we have several reports that show the price increase invoice. So we need to control how our purchase price get higher, and if it get higher, we need to make some solutions to avoid this. Sometimes suppliers increase price without any information. Yes, they just send an invoice with the price that are higher, and we need to control this. Sometimes the price starts higher day by day. We do not understand that it's the reason of our high cost is because our purchase price is increased. Okay, in ICA we have such report called price dynamics report, and in this report we can see the ingredients concentrations. So and how it changed to the basic one. So we have some basic period, and the period we analyze, and we see how the using of our goods is changing. for these periods. In this way, we can catch the moment when some wastage get higher. Is it clear? Just say it to me, okay, or not. And also we can see here average purchase price and how it's changed from the basic period to the period that we analyze. And we can see here is it's red. It means that our wastage in this type grows. And also we can see that the price is get higher, and it's red now. And you can see that in the current price now, it's okay, it's not really very big. So the system advises you to change markup, to make it bigger now. And in the another part of this report, we can see also a lowest price. So the supplier from which we get this product for the lowest price. And also in this report, we can see how many goods, dishes, it will be correct, yes, in how many dishes we use this product. So it can be like this. There is some product that we, some fruit, okay? The price for this fruit is really get higher. And we look in this report and see that it's go red, the price is high. And we also can see that we use this product only for one dish that is not have big sales. So it's better for us to remove this dish from the menu and do not order this product anymore. Okay, menu engineering, or ABC analysis, like I call it. It's look like this one. So we look for three positions: revenue, profit, and cost. Sales, value, revenue, and profit, and divided it to three groups. A, it means the best one, B, not so good, and C, we have a real great problem with this. It's the worst. Okay, so each product goes for one of these groups for three numbers: revenue, profit, and sales. According to this report, we can see if you raise price, then only for the products that go to the group AA and AC or if you cut the price, then again on AA group only that are the best. If you lower the cost, then for the groups that go to the AA, AB, BA, and so on. In ICO, it looks like this, and you can see here the dynamic. It means that in this report, we will see, okay, the average price looks like this. If we change the price, maybe some time ago, we changed the price. How our cost change after that? Food cost, sorry, after that. Okay, one more report on changing the cost for each dish. It's just a special report where you can see the name of the dish, unit cost on the beginning of the period, in the end of the period, and percentage that it changed. In this report, there's 100% because in the beginning there's no price, and then we create some cost, so we can see it here. We look at this report, find out that there's some dishes that have changed the cost. Go to the document moments and checked what invoice or what recipe influence to these changes. Okay, mostly the last one, some indicators of stock accounting. This one, it's a food cost in the dynamic. And it's really very important to understand that sometimes increasing of food cost is not really awful. It's not as dramatic as we think, because maybe we are a restaurant in the hotel, and there's some configuration, some business meeting and so on, and then a lot of very rich guys come to our restaurants and take a really high price dishes, but they have a little markup, that little markup, not profit but markup, and that's why the food cost increase. But it's not really very, very big problem, because we have a lot of revenue and it's really very good for us, but food cost grows, so it's not dramatic. But sometimes it's really very dramatic, especially if food cost goes on some positions with the products that we use for a lot of dishes. Okay, that's are really very important. The second, it's goods days. Okay, and here we can see that first it was like a month, 30 days, and this is the graph from our client. Sorry, there's something goes on for our client, and we can see that in the beginning we have a big problem in inventory control. And after that, we use some systems, like we make cooking reports, implementate, if it's correctly, implementate cooking reports, check the recipes, change some flow of documents. And as you can see, in the end of the period, it's 5 days. That's really very great. And you need to understand this, it's not only goods, but it's also a money that we have in our stock, and it's freezed and we cannot use it. So we take it from our stock, from the goods, and use it for our profit. Okay, you already saw this report, and I will show you how it works. And this one, it's a sales report, also very important, because there is also a forecasted revenue. It's a blue line, as you can see. It's our plan and the net revenue that we really have. Very important to see the numbers not only in the dynamic, but also with the forecasting and the plans. Oh, it's just ICAWeb report. I like it how it looks, because here we can see forecasting according to the weather and according to your previous revenue. And the blue one is the plan, and the green one, it's real revenue. It's really very useful. In the last, you can use it like weather forecasting. The same you can look from the telephone, yes, just using your phone. So it's just for you. So about time description, a little thing. I want to say that step from 1 to 3, yes, our reference books, documents, and inventory with it analysis takes us 16% of the time. And 40% of the time it's step 4. So the work in the third step does not end but only begins. So how to get the time all this stuff, where they get the time? To speed up work, we need to minimize labor, manual labor. It's really very important, because our labor cost is high in Dubai, and also in whole world, the labor cost is really very big. So we need to minimize it. You need to automate import vendor invoices to the system. So do not enter the invoices manually. It takes a lot of time. create the most documents using POS from the chef to the system without any managers and so on. And create inventory using digital stock count like ICOWeb, as I show you. Okay, sometimes we use a special manager. It's called cost manager. It's a special guy who should able to create and track recipe and reference book. He make menu items available in the POS and useful in the POS. Create invoices manually sometimes or not. Create internal transfer documents from inventory. So create a form and after that enter numbers and analyze inventory. Okay. Sometimes there is a remarkable cost manager. He should able to set up menu items in the POS convenient to the waitress. As you can see in the Ahmed front, it's really very convenient and looks beautiful. Set up work with the weights and barcodes for sales and inventory. Knows how to use menu engineering and control the stock balance. So in the most restaurants have the special manager, but if you have the system, you can do it by yourself, or you can use outsourcing. Is it correct word to use it? The outsourcing. Okay.
Exactly. Yes.
And there's two ways to use outsourcing. And the first, it's in the start. When you're in the startup, you use outsource to help you to create this business process. Yes, for the startup. And after that, they give you some trainings and give you already finished system that you just need to know how to use. Yes. And another way, it's a whole outsourcing when you have a special cost manager. Maybe it's your labor, or it's, I don't know, maybe our labor, who do all this stuff from the beginning for the whole life. Okay, how to check account, how to check the cost manager. It's really important. Also, how to understand and how inventory management is now. First, all recipes are filled. So they should be, if you use ICA, they know, okay, I just finished by the 7 points and it will be the end, okay? Have all write-off records, staff meal or wastage. It should be the same documents as the days in the period. Have all the inventories, have all inventories reconciliations, no negative balance in the storage reports, in the stock reports. The amount of balance in the end, the period should be the same that the stock balance in the report. And the last one, the period is logged, the day of the inventory, and you have all the reports for the day. There is a special app. We use it. It's free. It's called Service Inspector. You can download it from App Store or the Google Play and so on, and check your cost manager or inventory by this app. It's really very easy. It's like a checklist there. Okay, it's all that I have. So
thank you, everyone. I would be happy if anyone have a question, we are ready to answer. Anyone have a question? Hello? Okay. So as we see that we have a proper solution for the inventory to run your inventory very well. Really, it's expertise company, maybe 17 years ago, working in the same field, and we were really happy to show you this the solution and to promote it for you. And we have a special offer today for that, which is 50% off just to take ICO right now. And you can, we will help you to set it up and train your staff for that. And you really get a good value as you saw. Also, we have a very nice thing that in case you need a cost controller to be with you, we have also a good offers. Just send your request and we will manage it and we'll give you the reply on time. And I will be waiting your questions. Yes, I see. I just joined late. Can you share us what is the cost of the inventory control package? Okay, sure. Can you share us what is the cost of the inventory control package? Sure, I will share here. Please share, please leave your email. Just can you please leave your email address and we will definitely give you we will share with you yani, the cost and everything. Okay, any other questions? Yes, I see. Thank you, dear. It will be very soon. So we are open for the questions. I will be waiting. Can I see the meeting in YouTube for me to relook at it? For sure, we will send to everyone who attended the meeting a link to see the video again. Yes, it can be.
I just hear how you're typing.
I'm sorry.
No problem. It's just there's just a lot of information. It's difficult to ask the question.
Yeah.
And give such a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So I see that people are interested in inventory actually, which is really important for us.
Okay. So I'll say some words in summary and it will give a minute to someone to type maybe their questions or to understand what is interesting. So in summary, I want to say that inventory accounting consists only in 4 steps, the main 4 steps. The most important is analysis, is the fourth one. But however, the first 3 must have a good reputation so that everyone believes the numbers. The goal of inventory control the cost and margin increase. And the last one, accounting is a tool. If we use it, then to the maximum. Okay, this is the main thing I want to say to you. Okay, that's all from me. Is there any questions?
I don't see any question. Also, for everyone here, I will share you the link for the email course, which is provided by Layer. It's really important one. Everyone can see this one in the chat. It's a free course provided from ICO with really a lot of experience and which accounting software is linked to the inventory system. Recently, we have a connection with Zero, Mr. Abdullah. Okay, Mark, Daniel, can you share us the slideshow you are using right now? Okay. Okay, it will be sent with the video. Okay, Mr. Abdullah. Yes, Mr. Abdullah, there is connection with Zero. And it's working fine. We have used it with some customers and it's really good. So I will write note that this slide is important to be sent with the video, with recorded video. Okay, which account software is linked? Is in not QuickBook. QuickBook, no, we don't have right now. But maybe I can check out. Where is the link for the course? It's in the chat. Here is this. Thank you for you are welcome, Mr. John. We are happy to. You are most welcome. Okay, no link. Here is the link. Okay, we will do something. For cost control, is it important to do yield test? And how do you incorporate it in taking out food cost? Julia, it's really important question here.
Sorry, can you please repeat it, because I think I lose the meaning, or maybe.
Okay, for cost control. For cost control, is it important to do yield test, and how do you incorporate it in taking out the food cost? So mainly about yield.
Okay. What? 1 second, and I will answer. Okay. About food control and how. So one second. I think, in my honor, I think that the most good, if I understand you correctly, I'm not sure that I understand correct, but for me, the best way, the good method is Ahmed, I'm not sure that I understand correctly. Please, can you maybe change the phrase or say it by your own words, because I'm not sure I understand Roger.
Okay, so right now, there is some raw materials when you purchase and when you try to use, there is wastage. So there is yield.
Okay.
So,
okay, yeah, because I understand another meaning of this
I'm
word.
sorry, I'm sorry.
That's why I don't understand what you're going to talk about. Okay.
So he's asking if this yield is really important for cost control.
Yes, it's one of the most important things, yes. And because we have something called theoretical cost, which is only about the cost that we spend on the product that we sell, yes, that we give to our guests. But also there's a lot of money that we lose while wastage, while prepared food, and sometimes controlling of this part of wastage, we understand if it's working with this supply is a good idea or not. Yes, but because sometimes from this supply we get a good products and the zero wastage, and from another supply we get not so good products and there's a big wastage, and we need to see this in the dynamic also. So it's one of the most important things to increase margin. and choose the.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any other question? Mr. Abdullah, I know that you. Great, thank you. Thank you. You're welcome, dear. Okay. Okay, there is no more question. So let's summarize today that we show the value from the cost control and the inventory part, how really ICO will help you and support you to get a real costing, and it will affect your business really, very important, especially in those days that you want to understand really how much you spend, how much you gain, and what is the cost, and so on. Also, we are offering a very nice offer, which is 50% off. Either we are offering the cost control supervision, and we have received some requests about it, and we will follow up. I would like to tell everyone joined, really thank you. We are appreciated and we are happy to be together. And if someone have any question, feel free. We are ready for any time. And that's it. I don't know what could I say.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I think I hope that information that I show you today is really very useful for you, and also keep safe and healthy.
Yeah.
And I think we will go through this hard time.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you, Ahmed. Mr. Ahmed. Okay, thank you, everyone. We get it. Thank you. You're welcome, dear. You are welcome. You are welcome. You too, Mr. John. You too. Okay. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye. See you.